Good morning, traders and investors around the world, and welcome to Thursday's edition of premarketinfo.com, where we prepare you for the most important hour of the day, the first hour. Well, we got Dennis. How you feeling?
Yeah, back here, Joel, back in the saddle. Obviously missed a big Apple day yesterday, big reversal day yesterday. I wish I would have been trading, but looks like Apple shareholders had a wild ride yesterday.
Okay, quick recap of the S&Ps. It's at 1342. Tick just below the close, opened up lower and continued lower. If that 1342 holds as the high of the day, our downside target is 1327.75. The current low stands at 1334 and a quarter. Kind of out there, just above the 4-day low at 1333.75. Real important number to keep an eye on this morning is 1338. That was Wednesday's low, and that also coincided with Tuesday's low at 1337. Moving on to the Big 10, Dennis. ExxonMobil snuck above a double top yesterday. Couldn't hold it. Sold off. What I'd like our listeners to be aware of this morning is the triple bottom here at 85 to 91. ExxonMobil's opening up into support. If that support does not hold, Dennis, could easily test the $83 level. And let's use the close as minor resistance. And I'm sure if we get up anywhere near 84.50, Exxon will be greeted with a host of sellers.
I knew you'd like that triple bottom there, Joel. And if it does take that out, we always say there's no such thing as a quadruple bottom. It takes that out today. It could be in some trouble here, and I'd agree that 83 would probably be the next stopping point for the stock. If it does go into rally mode for whatever reason, we do have a jobless claims number coming out, so the market could turn around and rally here. Yesterday's high, 84.92, coincides nicely with that 85 number that I was talking about a few days ago when I was back. So $85 still remains resistance.
Okay, as the apple gravy train ended, Dennis.
What a move, Joel. You knew the reversal day was coming. I actually tried to play it, I tried to play it back Tuesday. I wasn't trading yesterday, but I got shorted just above 500. I got up immediately 6 or 7 points. It pulled back, and then it started to look too strong. It closed strong, so I got scared and I scratched the trade around 503. It took off yesterday, 526.29. Wow, what? That is like the capitulatory move in my opinion, where everybody just says, "Get me in. This thing's going to 600. I need in," and then it turns around and spanks them. Basically falls 30 points from the high in one day. I wouldn't be surprised. It's looking weak here again this morning. It's down $4, 493. I think rallies are going to be sold in this thing because some people are probably caught long because there really wasn't a chance to get wiggle out.
Yeah, that happened during lunch, and it crashed and burned. But try and give you some numbers on this. This was quite a challenge last night. Well, I don't think we're going to see that 526.29 today. Nor do I think. I think 500 now even comes. I didn't put it down as a number, but I think you have the little old lady saying when Apple gets back to 500, I'm going to sell it. And but I really like to really short it on strength. 507 to me would be a good point. Coming on the downside. Still looking at resistance would be Wednesday's low at 496.89. Yeah, the settlement at 497.76. I'm sure some people would like to try and get out, at their mark today. But really, there's no good support in this until 488.55 and then 480.56. Folks, you should look at the numbers that we have on the site because on a day like this, they usually turn out to be pretty good. Moving on to IBM, the old 194.90 all-time high looks safe, Dennis. Ran into some problems at the 193.43 area, then sold off. If this thing stays under 192, Dennis, I'm really looking for the 22. That's a 13-day low. This thing's just been hanging up here too long and consolidating, not to break down.
Yeah, Joel, this has been hanging out here a long time with Apple having a reversal day finally yesterday. You got to watch these tech stocks overall. If Apple has a continued move down, which I think it might, IBM and some of the other stocks might follow suit. It is trading down the pre-market 191.12, just a few hundred shares trading down there, but that's down over $1. And if we do indeed take out that low that we made a couple days ago at 190.83, then I'd look for the 190 area as their first level of support. Takes that out, then it probably opens up and down into this 188.22, which was the low back on January 30th.
Okay, Chevron Corporation went ex-dividend and just started out slow and never caught any momentum. Did have a double top there at 106.53. Couldn't quite get up there yesterday, 106.24, so you didn't get a shot to take it there. What I'm really focusing on here in Chevron Corporation is the 4-day low at 104.37 was backed up by Wednesday's low at 104.59. If in fact that's taken out, there's not a lot stopping this stock until perhaps 102.88. It shows me unch right now, Dennis.
Yeah, there's just no trades yet, Joel. There is actually zero trades to report in that thing. It is offered at 104.85, so it's offered down 15 cents. Best bids at 104.50, so it does look like it is indeed going to open down if the market does stay down here. And looking at this chart, we did have another day, reversal day here, where we started to break down. We were forming we got this nice little trend going on, a downtrend. We got to the upper end of that, which is around 106, hung out there for a few days, and now with the breakdown yesterday, wouldn't surprise me. I love these 2-day moves always, so a lot of these stocks had pretty decent sell-offs. Wouldn't surprise me if we do indeed get some follow-through.
Okay, Mr. Softy couldn't quite get up to that Tuesday high area, made it high at 30.39 and struggled most of the day. Kind of gave in at the end of the day, making a low at 30.03 with a close at 30.05. I see we're just hanging out there. It looks like this 30 level is coming under some pressure, Dennis. It snuck under there last week and was not able to. Actually, on Tuesday, snuck down to 20. So that will be the first stopping point. There's a gap to fill from earnings, 29.70 to 29.78. So Mr. Softy here kind of getting heavy on the $30 level.
Yeah, Joel, and it's holding up here in the pre-market, 30.04 actually, trading right there. So it is holding up, but it's looking heavy to me too, and I think it might take that 30 level out, and then it'll open up a bit. So keep an eye. 30 is what I would use for my swing number. It does indeed take that $30 out here today. The stock could get weak in a hurry.
Okay, GE, all those institutions and high-frequency traders that would not let this thing away from the $19 level finally got it down, Dennis. Closed at 18.76. We're gapping down now through yesterday's low. Look for a pop up to the close, 1876, which was settlement. Been talking about this 1850 number here for a while. I don't know. Is there any size in the book associated with that level?
Don't see. I can't really see that far down in the book. They only show you the first 15 levels or so, and now there's actually something at every penny. It looks like in GE. Those high frequency guys like to sit at every single penny. But the stock here trading down in nickel, a little bit weaker in the pre-market, but overall this chart looks broken to me. I do see size up at, I just seen it earlier at $19, so it's still going to be that area where 19 seems to be where everybody's dumping this thing. So if it did go into rally mode, we got a good Jawless numbers or something. If it rallied, I'd be a seller up there. But I think the chart's broken. I think you got to sell rallies in this thing.
Okay, Procter Gamble just kind of snuck its way up close to that $65 level, 64.94 high, before closing at 64.55. Wednesday's low is right there, 64.38. If in fact that's taken out, double bottom area at 64. This thing is just kind of moseyed up, Dennis, after making that low at 62.78 8 days ago. Just kind of hanging on, not a lot of volume, but once again, it's still hanging in there. But below 64, I think this thing really opens up.
Yeah, 65, I'm seeing some size form there, Joel. So we got like a tractor beam type of play in the 64, 80s, and 90s. So if it gets up there, obviously you're going to see some significant high-frequency resistance, up 30 cents or so from where it's settled at 64.55. Coming back down, the whole numbers are always big. Starting to actually see a little bit of size forming at 64 on the bid. So I think, play this between the 64 and the 65 area.
Okay, AT&T did spend some time above 30 yesterday. Not a lot. Caved in, made a high at 30.07. Closed at 29.87. I see us trading down here in the pre-market a little bit, so use that as resistance. Big area though. Won't look for a breakdown of this stock until we take out the weekly low at 29.69. Good support there.
Man, a lot of these charts look heavy to me, though. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing, Joe. We're going through them. They all look kind of heavy, where they've been consolidating for quite some time, and then yesterday we started to sell off towards the end of the day in a lot of stocks, especially after Apple broke. And this one looks heavy too, so I think you got to sell Rise in this. Use that $30 as resistance. 30.07. Funny you say that's a high yesterday. I do see some size up there, over 60,000 shares sitting at 30.07. So that high frequency guys will definitely be leaning in front of that. But call that whole area $30. That's where your major resistance is.
Okay, J&J, another stock that's just been hanging out, Dennis. Tried to test the $65 level yesterday. Monday and Wednesday's highs, 5. So I'm sure if you get it anywhere up near that area, there'd be excellent resistance. Two closes in the same area, Dennis, 64.65 yesterday and 64.61 on Tuesday. Wednesday's low just at 64.47. And then we're hanging out, Dennis. We're still hanging out above that 64 and a quarter level, which has been the low on this stock for quite a while. That's been the bottom of this range. So you got to use it as support, but I think finally when that thing gets through 64 and a quarter, you could easily see $63.
Yeah, that stock, if it breaks through at 64 and a quarter, you're right, Joe. That's a key number for this stock to hold. Defensive stock, though, risk off day, maybe we're going to have today. We're down 5, depending on what the jobless numbers at 8:30 show us. But looks to be like a risk off day. So some of your defensive issues may not be that weak. I'd say, I'd probably be a buyer in that 64 and a quarter area. If it's to take that out, then I don't want to own it, though.
Okay, Pfizer finally wore off yesterday, making a high 21.36, and then peeling back to fill the gap area from Monday. The low was 21.05, popped up to close at 21.11. Currently trading below that area now, but still have to use that as support. The major number we're still looking at has been the Rock of Gibraltar, has been that 20.80 low. And if you get back up to that anywhere near Wednesday's high, I'm sure you'll find some good resistance.
At least there's a little bit more volatility in this thing. I had a few days before where it was only trading in 10, 15 cent range. Got up to, a couple of days there, that 21.43, 21.42, couple double tops there. That 21.50 area, which I had talked about a week ago, obviously seems to be holding and the stock's pulling back. And Joe's giving you some good numbers there. The 20.80 needs to hold. We take that out, and then it opens up again.
Okay, S&Ps are just kind of creeping up here, 1337 and a quarter. We got the resistance here at the former double bottom at the 1338 area, so that is a key level to keep an eye on this morning. There's really no fear of a sell-off, Dennis, happening today. That even though that we had a sell-off, that there's really no reason for panic, and there's the market is still in a strong rally mode. So don't worry, just buy today, because that's what Bob Pisani said.
And I don't know if I totally agree with that. I really think we might get that second follow-through day here happening, and so just be careful on your longs today.
Okay, all right, we're going to take a quick break, post our market movers, and we'll be back with you.